Man, what is good? What is good? What is good, guys? What is good, guys? Let me go to this camera. What is good, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Darrel Long channel, hosted by your boy Darrel Long. We chilling here today. I was supposed to go to work today, but we got snowed in, and now I guess we chilling. So I'm going to be doing a plethora of different reactions today. I'm actually gonna grab my headphones. Hold on. No. Yep. My headphones is blocked by a whole bunch of cords that I don't feel like moving. But anyway, so I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of different reactions today, guys, and doing some editing on my other computer and playing 2K in the background. I will drop the link. The only thing I ask is that because I'm trying to actually get really good content, is we don't disturb the content. And I'm gonna get my headphones now. Give me 1 second. All right, that's much better. That's much better for me. All right, so I want to get into this video by a content creator who I absolutely love her content. Her channel is called Your Trigger, and she broke down her thoughts about the entire the entire situation with Brian McKnight and Anton Daniels, and how um, men like Brian McKnight are online saying that their child, let me get my shit together. Men online are outside saying that their children are not born in love, et cetera, et cetera. So look, I'm distracted. Let me go to this video. Let's do some reactions.
With another triggering topic. I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, today's topic is Brian McKnight, a true narcissist. Now, that's a word that I seldom use because now I feel like it's just a trendy word to use just to call everybody when you don't like something that someone does. Now, I'm not saying that people don't use the word narcissist correct.
Hmm. I'm noticing that on my let me do a few things because I don't want this to. There we go. Let's see.
But I think sometimes that they don't. And so just because of that, I just don't really normally use it. But honestly, I have got to use this word for Brian McKnight because from what I see, I honestly believe that he is as narcissistic as a narcissist can possibly get. Now, here are the 5 main habits of a narcissist. Just for some context here. The 5 main habits of a narcissist include a grandiose sense of self importance, a constant need for excessive
Hold on. I don't like the. Is it good? I want to make sure the quality is good because sometimes the quality on the MacBook Air be messing up, and I should be using my MacBook Pro, but I'm trusting my MacBook Air is going to be able to do the job today. I would. The whole situation with Brian McKnight is this, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Brian McKnight music. I grew up on Brian McKnight music, and it's almost like all of our major icons as far as entertainment and music goes are just dropping one by one. I was very disappointed in the entire situation with Brian McKnight, and I love how your trigger broke it down because she's a black woman, and as much as I criticize Anton and criticize Brian McKnight, we need black women to criticize these men. That's the only way these things are going to get any exposure, and that's the truth. Look at my other camera, Sony A 6700, guys. Anyway, Let me go back to this. And yeah, I'm definitely on my next stream. I'm going to use the MacBook Pro Max and see how it works in comparison. 'Cause if it continues to mess up, I'm going to it might be a StreamYard thing. Anyway, let's go back to the video.
Admiration, a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, and interpersonally exploitative behavior. These individuals often believe that they are special, are preoccupied with fantasies of success, and may be arrogant, envious of others, or believe others are envious of them. Now, and you know what? Before I even get into this, I forgot. Let me give y'all a quick disclaimer. This video was filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Everything is all alleged. Nothing is factual. I do not know any of these people personally.
I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say the exact same thing, actually. So this video is filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone, everybody. Everything is alleged. Nothing is factual. I do not know any of the people in this video. This is a commentary channel, and I often use video clips and articles as a part of my critical review, along with fair use guidelines. Let's continue the video.
This is a commentary channel, and oftentimes I use clips and articles as part of my critical review, right along with fair use guidelines. Now, I just want to say that I think at this time, we all know that Brian McKnight has infamously fallen out with his 3 children that he had with his first wife, a Black woman. And all of that is very important to know if you didn't. Now, I was already.
Now, initially, I did not know the story of Brian McKnight falling out with his children. I had no idea that Brian McKnight had a strained relationship with his wife until about 2 or 3 years ago, to be honest, because it was almost like Brian McKnight was avoiding any public scrutiny. I never really heard conversations about his wife and what they were up to, et cetera, et cetera. I only heard good things about Brian McKnight. So when the news came out that Brian McKnight was being abandoned, that he was cheating on his wife, et cetera, to be honest, initially I didn't believe it. It seemed like another ploy to try to attack Black men, to try to bring Black men down. And being a fan of Brian McKnight's, my mother was a fan, my aunties were fans. I'm thinking, no, this can't be true. Until his sons and the children spoke about it, that's when I realized it had to be true. It absolutely had to be true. Otherwise, I mean, he would address it, right? He would clear all these different things up, right? That's what I thought. Let's keep going.
He discussed it with how he dealt with his son that was suffering from cancer that recently passed away.
Yeah, see, I had no clue that his son had cancer. And I'm not saying Brian McKnight is irrelevant, but I will say, like, I just wasn't tapped into what his sons had going on. I wasn't aware that his sons had this illness. I'm just being dead ass honest. So when that popped up, the first thing as a father, I'm thinking Brian McKnight is going to say is, you know what? I love my children. I'll do anything for my children. I want to make this right. But instead, it seemed like he went on this tirade about how they haven't been appreciative and how he has found a new wife and he's making a new life with them. I tried to listen to his side, but he really didn't make no sense. And after the Anton interview, I realized that Brian McKnight just simply, he has a hateful spirit when it comes to his children. The relationship that he had with the first wife, he allowed it to ruin his relationship with his children. That's just the facts. Let's continue with the video.
But baby, when I saw clips of him with Anton Daniels, Anton Daniels, of all people, Anton Daniels, who is already a deeply narcissistic man himself, a self-hating man, a black woman-hating man, a raccoon who deeply despises his black wife, but is also too off-putting and visually unappealing to be with the type of woman that he secretly desires to have. Big back, big ball-headed, big back.
Hey, I mean, that's how a lot of women view Anton. A lot of women view Anton as somebody who's not attractive, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I don't really got nothing to say about that as a heterosexual man, but I will say this. When you have men who come into money and power and they're able to make money, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters because they're going to have access to a certain amount of women. That's just the truth. Don't matter what they look like, don't matter how they treat women, it don't matter. Like, none of that really matters to a certain amount of women. And as long as that's the case, you're always going to have women who are dealing with narcissistic men like Anton, right? I tell women all the time, like when I see women on those shows and then they complain about how they're being treated on those shows. And this is not a shot towards anybody. But what I tell them is, why are you on that show? Why are you, like, really, why are you there? Like, real talk. And I think, okay, um, there must be a reason why you're there. There must be a reason why you are involving yourself with men who clearly don't want anything to do with you, who clearly don't want to respect you, who clearly look at black women like they are less than. I mean, these are individuals who, some of these guys like Anton, you have a black wife, you have a black daughter, and still you talk so bad about the black community. You you demonize black women so much to the point where black women, like your trigger, they have this opinion that you are a narcissist and it's only because of money that you have women around you at all. It's only because of the platform that you have built that you have women around you at all. Let's go back to the video.
Ball-headed, big back. Oh, I really want him to pick a struggle because you cannot be a big back and bald headed and unattractive and mean and always talking about women. Like, what? Please pick something. Do something right, Anton. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting carried away. Let me just keep going. What was I saying? I said that this man is too visually unappealing to be with the type of woman that he secretly desires to have.
Let me stop right there. Do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that the man in the manosphere, Anton Daniels, because that's who we're talking about in this particular video, do you believe that he's not visually appealing to get the kind of woman that he wants? So he shamed women, like your trigger is saying. Like, is there any truth to that? That's all I really want to know. Is there any truth to that at all? Or is this just shaming? Is this just a way to shame somebody who she feels unattractive? Because clearly he has a wife, so somebody feel like he attractive. Somebody feel like he attractive. Let's keep going, bro.
Unless he is planning to finance that woman's whole lifestyle for a crumb of her attention. But I believe that he just seems to be too cheap to probably even do that. So he will probably make his poor black wife suffer with his company for the rest of her life. And that's very unfortunate. But I will say this, I think that it says a lot that Anton Daniels' platform is the platform that Brian McKnight felt comfortable to express himself on.
All right, so I want to talk about that. I wish my wife was in here, but let me see if I can get her in here. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, she in there putting the baby to sleep. So let me say this. I think that Brian McKnight went to Anton Daniels' channel to do his interview to express himself because there was going to be nobody else who was going to genuinely listen to him or give him an opportunity to just answer questions without feeling like he was going to be grilled. Let me give you an example, right? You see, a lot of the times when men are just trying to be heard, just like a lot of times where women are just trying to be heard, we don't want to deal with interrogating type questions. Sometimes we have to be handled delicately. And it is of my opinion that it is of my opinion that Brian McKnight went to speak with Anton Daniels because he would be treated with delicate hands. And as crazy as that sounds, sometimes that's what we need to really get our truth out. Now, I'm not saying that what Brian McKnight said was the truth, but it was his truth. It was the way that he wanted to talk about the situation with his children, the situation with his ex-wife, and why he has this bad reputation of being somebody who hate Black women, who hate his children, and who ultimately is seen as a bad father. Like, real talk. But anyway, let's keep going, man. Because I'm not here to defend anybody. I'm just here to report what I've seen, okay? And get some work done in the background. Let's go.
But let me show y'all a clip, and I'll be right back.
Came out to are two prominent families in the Black Adventist church. We both met at the college where I was going. She came, okay. I was a sophomore, she was a freshman. We kind of started dating. The next year she gets pregnant. This is back when shame was a real thing. I know, yep, I get it. She's back home. She tells me she's pregnant and that she's gonna get an abortion. Because I'm like, yeah, we should probably.
You said it's blurry, babe? Let's do a content check because my wife said it's blurry. Let me check. Is both of them blurry? Let me check the other ones. Both of them blurry? God damn. Dang. I don't know what to say about it then, babe. Because it might be an internet thing, but I really don't know what to say about it. I can try to change the output here to let me see if I can get it to 1080p. All right, so I'm just trying to see if I can get the output to change to 1080p because I want to look as crisp as possible. But this is why I have to continue to build my studio up. We'll see, man. Let me check this angle. Let me check this angle because I don't want to distract from the video. But thank you, wife, for letting me know. I appreciate you. I wonder if it's because I'm using the MacBook Air. Either way, go. I'm going to continue the video, man, and get some videos done. It is what it is. Maybe I'll just do the rest of them later, like on a private stream. That way I can actually get like some 4K recording done. Because it looks so good on my end, but it looked bad on y'all end. That's fucked up. Anyway, let me get to this video. Let's go.
You're 18. I'm 20.
Company for the rest of her life. And that's very unfortunate. But I will say this, I think that it says a lot that Anton Daniels' platform is the platform that Brian McKnight felt comfortable to express himself on. But let me show y'all a clip and I'll be right back.
came out to are two prominent families in the Black Adventist church. We both met at the college where I was going. She came, okay. I was a sophomore, she was a freshman. We kind of started dating. The next year she gets pregnant. This is back when shame was a real thing. I know, yep, I get it. She's back home. She tells me she's pregnant and that she's going to get an abortion. Because I'm like, yeah, we should probably do that. You're 18. I'm 20. Why would we? I'm just about to start this whole thing. Maybe this is the route we need to go. And she agrees. But I'm like, oh, dodged a bullet. I'm going out to sign my deal in California. When I leave there and get back to Huntsville, that's when she called me and said, actually, I didn't have the abortion. So now I'm like, I got to tell my mom. My mother, who played the piano and was singing in the choir every week. You know, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, if your kid has a baby out of wedlock, you no longer can hold any church office. You can't sing up in front. You can't do it. You are held responsible for whatever the kids do. I honored my mother and I tried to do the right thing with a woman that I hadn't even known a year yet. We got married in September, baby in November. We had a sort of an agreement. You handle this.
Before I give my thoughts, I just want to say this real quick, guys. Shout out to Your Trigger. Make sure you guys go watch her video. Go tap in her channel. I'm going to tag her in the description. That's what I'm doing now. But I will say this. When it comes to the situation with Brian McKnight, there's a few different things that I thought was crazy. First of all, if you guys both come from prominent families in the church, why are you having sex before marriage? Why are you having sex before you actually honor his will? Let's start there. You wasn't trying to honor her. You was trying to have sex with her. You was being disobedient to God. You were not leading by example. You did the same exact thing that Adam did in the Garden of Eden. Okay? You bit into the forbidden fruit. It's just that simple. You bit into the forbidden fruit, my brother. That's what you did. You didn't tell her, hey, I want to get married first. I want to honor both of our parents. I want to do the right thing. No, you wanted to get some coochie, and that's exactly what you did. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, bro. What irritates me about men like Brian McKnight, and the reason why I paused it right there is because Your Trigger has a section on her channel that she calls spiritual gaslighting. And she talks about how men use Christianity as a way to try to basically keep women in shackles, like as a way to justify their bad behavior, as a way to justify why they cheated on their wives, as a way to justify why they are being bad fathers, etc., etc. So to me, Brian McKnight is doing that right now because he said, I only marry her because of God. But if you was thinking about God so much and honoring your mother, why did you have sex with her in the first place before marrying this girl? I think that was immature on your part. And now as a grown man, you want to still shift the blame to your mother and shift the blame to Christianity and shift the blame to ultimately your first wife to make it seem like she did not deserve the same grace that you was trying to get from your mother. It's crazy. Because if you got married and you barely knew her for a year, that means that she got married and she barely knew you for a year. And if you did this for your mother, did you force her into this marriage? Did you tell her, I love you, I want to marry you, I want to be with you? No, you didn't. You was an absolute bandit. And that's why I, as a black man, as a husband, as a father, as a brother, as a son, I could never support Brian McKnight ever again. And thank you for exposing yourself. Thank you for letting us know who we need to stay away from, who we need to not teach our children about. Thank you, Brian McKnight.
I'm not changing diapers. I'm 20 years old. This was not what I expected to do. You made this decision You're going to handle that, and I'm going to handle this.
Yeah.
When you make that bargain, you say, hey, you're going to take care of this. This is your responsibility. And they say, got it. And you go and you do what you have to do. You're expecting that to be the case. But we don't realize that people will tell you whatever it is they want to tell you to keep you there. And so that first argument, then the real thing starts to come out. But by then, you're looking at your life, you're like, well, and I had this conversation with my mother, like, why did you have me do this? You tried this, it didn't work. Now you got me doing it.
Right.
It was tough, but I'm already in it. We separated 4 times before we ended up getting divorced.
I hate when guys make excuses about, well, you made me do this. My parents made me do this. Nobody made you get married, bro. You wanted to get married. And you know what? I've been going easy on Brian McKnight, but it's time for the simp God to turn back into the simp God and talk about how these bandits are leaving their families on purpose. Let's talk about it, bro. Brian McKnight, you got with your wife and marry her only because you wanted a good public image to sell to black women. You misled your wife into thinking that you were going to be a good husband when you never had any intentions on being a good husband. That's just the facts, bro. Oh, babe, I think it's slow because it's snowing outside because of the snowstorm. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why, because we have a major snowstorm right now. They actually got shit shut down. Anyway, man, I get tired of black men making excuses, and Brian McKnight is just another black male who decided to come online and make a fucking excuse about why he is not getting the results as a man that he feel like he deserves. Why he's not getting the respect from his children that he believes he deserves. I believe this is something that Brian McKnight should have handled in-house internally. There's no reason for the public to know about this shit at all, Brian McKnight. At all, bro. Let me keep going. I gotta do some more stuff with our settings in YouTube Studio, so the audience that so the audience on my wife channel can tap in. I thought I did this a few days ago, but I did not. So let's keep going, guys.
Really, anyway.
How far into the marriage would you say the first separation?
2 years.
Because you were married for what, 13 years?
Yeah, 13.
So why not just break off? Why stick it out for 13 years?
For the kids. I was never in love with their mother. I wasn't. They weren't made from love to begin with. And I said this before, and people got so mad, this obligation that just because you lay with somebody now, it's sort of an 18-year sentence of some kind, or beyond that, because it's forever. There's resentment there. But at the same time, you do have these children, and you want to try to do your best to do right by them. If we were never supposed to be together like this in the first place, but we have these children, we both have to do what's right for them. And you're right. What we should have done was just separated for good then.
What's that nail in the coffin that then leads both of you to come to the conclusion that you guys are no longer good together, regardless of whether or not you have kids or not?
I think we all.
But the thing about it, though, right, Brian McKnight, is I can genuinely understand that with the first child. With the first child, you know, you guys were young. You have 2 young individuals who have sex. They make a child out of wedlock. They're in this high-profile family they are a part of this high-profile family that's a part of the church. And I get it. You guys felt pressure. You guys felt like you didn't want to be ostracized by the community. But what about the second child and the third child? What about that? Because you was not 19 and 20 at that time. You were a grown man making grown man choices. So what am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to say, well, Brian McKnight, he made mistakes. Those children weren't born out of love. He was forced to get married because of the church. I think a lot of the times as men, we make excuses for our failures instead of just looking ourselves in the eyes and saying, you failed. You failed. You failed in your first marriage. You failed being the father that these children needed you to be, not the father that you wanted to be, but the father that these children needed you to be. You failed. And it's hard for Brian McKnight sometimes, in my opinion, for him to grasp with the idea that his children don't love him. His children don't share a connection with him. I think that's hard for him, man. Let's keep going.
Always knew we weren't that. She may have been lying to herself if she thought otherwise. For me, when I realized I could parent those boys without her, I could be a good parent. I could be there for them and I could give them what they needed from me without being married to their mother.
Do you think that the kids were the thing that kept y'all together as long as you were?
Absolutely.
And here's some video footage of Brian McKnight back in the day, totally contradicting what he just told Anton Daniels.
And it's crazy because now look at you. Black women like your trigger is pulling up all of the videos of Brian McKnight talking about his wife before all of this stuff went down. And he had nothing but nice things to say about his wife. He made it seem like his wife was the most important part of his success. She was the most important part of the music. And now it's the exact opposite. Now it's the exact opposite. And I don't know, man. It's absolutely crazy how things turn out when Black people just try to love each other. I'm genuinely tired of seeing Black relationships fail, especially in the public eye. If you're going to go through all of this bullshit, I feel like it's best to just do it behind closed doors. But that's my opinion. You can go back to the video right now.
How do you juggle it all? First, you're a dad.
I am a dad first, but I have a wonderful woman at home that understands what I do. So she ends up being both parents a lot of the time. So my hat has to cleanse what I do. So she ends up being both parents a lot of the time.
I have a wonderful woman at home, and she ended up being both of the parents most of the time. So you saying that your wife was doing your job and her job? Sure, that sure sound like exactly what you're saying, Mr. McKnight. It almost like she was a good wife. It's almost like she deserved to be treated better. Brian McKnight. A lot of the times men don't want to admit that they are the problem, and Brian McKnight in this situation was the problem. There are no if, and, or buts about this. Let's keep going.
So my hat has to continually go off to her. And I try to be there to do all the things I possibly can.
I'm married, I have children, and it's an okay thing. You know? Yeah. I don't think that the women out there who are my fans like me less because of that fact.
No. Well, my two boys, BJ is my oldest, Brian Jr., and Nico, his younger brother. I'm the most proudest dad on the planet Earth.
I want to thank my wife, Julie, my boys, BJ and Nico, for the sacrifice they make for me to be able to do what I do.
And honestly, this is exactly why.
That's what we're talking about when we talk about men who one day they're praising their wives on a public stage, saying, I couldn't do this without my wife. She's the most beautiful thing in the planet, etc., etc., etc. And now you shitting on that same person, throwing this white woman in her face to make it seem like she's better when she's not. And I just don't understand that. Why not just stand down and say, hey, listen, we had a few bad years. I'm sorry this happened to us, and I don't want us to end up like this. Why not take that angle? Let me set up this iPhone 17 Pro Max. Give me 1 second, man. There. All right, let's get back to the video, man.
Make for me to be able to do what I do.
And honestly, this is exactly why I've made the spiritual gaslighting series, because there is a lot of hypocrisy going on in the Christian community. A lot of false Christians, a lot of fakes that cannot be trusted. A lot of people that don't do anything godly, but want to fake like they are something that they are not. Now, you have a man talking about being in a prominent Christian family that was out here having intercourse with a young woman that was not his wife. Also having intercourse unprotected, but then you're acting flabbergasted that you impregnated this young woman.
How are you surprised that you impregnated this young woman while at the same time, right, at the very literally same time, you admitted that you was having sex with her raw? You admitted that you had sex with her raw, but now you're surprised that she ends up pregnant. Interesting, bro. Very, 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 very interesting. Let's keep going.
Or better yet, this teenager said she was 18 and you were 20. So how you gonna say that you weren't ready for fatherhood? What did you think that y'all was doing? Huh? And if you weren't ready for fatherhood, then maybe you shouldn't have been out here raw dogging Mr. McKnight. And then
that's the thing too, is like, Brian McKnight, if you feel like you're not ready to be a father, then it might be the best thing for you to just not have raw sex. If you don't want to be a father, the best thing for you to do is just not have raw sex. It's not that hard, bro. You don't have to put your dick inside of a woman. You don't have to be out here getting women pregnant if you think that you're not ready to be a parent. A lot of times y'all waste women time and y'all waste your own time. Brian McKnight, you did this yourself, because if you had practiced dick discipline, you wouldn't be in this situation at all. You wouldn't be in a situation. You're in a situation because you chose to have sex with this woman. You chose to listen to your penis instead of listening to God. And again, I hate when men do this. Well, I wasn't ready to be a parent. I wasn't ready to be a parent. I wasn't ready to have children. Fellas, if you are not ready to have a child, maybe the best thing for you to do is not have a child. Maybe the best thing for you to do is not have sex raw with a woman, and then to ejaculate inside her, etc., etc., etc. You're doing too much. You're putting yourself in a situation that's going to be a lifetime sentence, not an 18-year sentence, not a 25-year. We're talking about lifetime. That's your blood for the rest of your life. You have responsibilities for the rest of your life. I think that when I was a young man, you would hear older men talking about this, but now who is talking to these young men now? Who is talking to them? Hopefully not niggas like Brian fucking McKnight, bro. It's crazy. Anyway, let's go back to this video.
Is that if you're talking about you're not ready at 20, you think she's ready at 18? Huh? And then my thing is that if you're talking about you guys were these prominent Christians and then why are you acting like you're surprised that this teenage girl wasn't comfortable with getting an abortion? You should have known that she was probably going to.
That was my thoughts too, Trigger. If you guys are a part of the church community, Brian, wouldn't it make sense that this wouldn't be a woman who would just get rid of her baby? Wouldn't it make sense that because she is a God-fearing woman, despite her sinning with you and taking part of having a child, wouldn't it make sense that she would not want to get rid of her baby? Or did you not think about that when you impregnated her? Did that not cross your mind that she would think, you know what, I just don't want to go through with this. I don't want to do it. You never thought about that, huh? Because you were a bandit. Because you're a bandit. Let's keep going, man. Like I said, I'm doing some video stuff in the background. My wife is the only one over here in the chat holding me down. Feel me? And look, fellas, take that as a sign. You know how many friends and brothers and cousins I got? And my wife would be the only one in the chat holding me down. I'm a has-been now. Lord have mercy.
Track on it. But him talking about like not changing diapers and he wasn't going to do that. He wasn't ready, as if this girl impregnated herself. or as if this girl doesn't have to carry that child and do a lot on her own, or as if this is like the movie Fallen, where you just touch someone and now they become possessed and become impregnated. That's wild. And the fact that you could impregnate a teenage girl, alter her life path, and potentially have kept her from someone who would have actually loved her and cherished her, the fact that you could do that, marry her, which you didn't have to do.
But see, Trigger, I don't think a lot of men think about it that way. I don't think that Brian McKnight thought, when I married this woman and never loved her and made children with her, that I also never loved. I think Brian McKnight was thinking, I'm doing myself a favor and I'm doing her a favor because she about to be with a rich man. She about to be with a rich man. She's not going to have to deal with the things that poor women have to deal with. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that he ever thought, well, I'm keeping her away from a man who might genuinely love her. I'm keeping her away from somebody who actually wants to do right by her. I highly doubt that Brian McKnight thought about it in that way. I swear to God. Anyway, let's keep going, man.
But then turn around and tell the world about how you did it and you never cared for her at all. And I don't really want to hear that BS about the church and about God and you did it so your mama wouldn't look bad and you did it because of religion and God and this, that, and the third. Because if you cared that much about the church and about God, you wouldn't have been having intercourse in the first place. So you mean to tell me you married this girl and then let's just say you accidentally impregnated her, which I don't even believe that, but let's just give them the benefit of the doubt.
Hey, shout out to Black Dahlia in the chat. I see you over there, Black Dahlia in the chat. Black Dahlia, change your avatar so I can start showing you stuff because I can't put up the naked girl on the avatar. They'll flag my channel for that. And then shout out to my brother D-Town in the chat, man. D-Town, come holler at your boy, man. Your boy trying to do a 12-hour stream like I used to. We snowed in today here in Chicago. You know, I work in Milwaukee, but they completely snowed the fuck in. So it is what it is, bro. I was supposed to be at work today. Amazon called and said, hey, man, it's too dangerous to even have you out there on the road today. And I shut hey. Is it still blurry? Is it still blurry? D-Town, let me know if it's still blurry, bro, because it's more than likely, like I said, because of the snow, bro. No bullshit. But let me keep going.
That the first time she got pregnant, it was an accident. But then you go on to have two more children with this woman.
And that was my ultimate point is like, how are you saying that you didn't love this woman and you wasn't trying to be in her life, et cetera, et cetera. You the children were not made in love, but at the same exact time, you continue to have babies with her. I don't understand that. I actually don't understand that at all. Okay, let's keep going.
Right? And then you get your big bucket head up on this internet and say that you never loved her and your children were not created out of love and that they were 18-year sentences? My flabbers are gasted. Honestly, sir.
Yeah, I would never say my children were 18-year sentences. That's extremely disrespectful. And it's almost like you're telling your children that you don't love them. Because if you love them, why would you say that they are a 18-year sentence? Why would that even be a thing? Why would you even run around making it? Why would you want your children to think that you don't love them? Yeah, bro, this is his downfall, D-Town. This is the downfall of Brian McKnight, bro. I already did a review on Anton video and the whole thing. It got like 1,000 views on there so far. Go check that out. But at the end of the day, Brian McKnight played himself. He played himself because nobody needed to know this information. You could have kept this information to yourself. This information doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anybody. And truth be told, I'm at a stage in my life where I'm only interested in having conversations that serve me or serve my community or my people. And how can black men get online every single day, D-Town, or any of the men who's in the chat? How can black men get online and say that they want to make things better? They want to change relationships between black men and black women, where they're not even having children out of love. What other reason are you having a child if you don't love the woman that you're having the child with? I just don't understand that, bro. But anyway, let's keep going.
You were the one ejaculating. That is something that is completely in your control. Those children exist because of you impregnating their mother. You did that with your free will. And what he said about being a good parent to them and realizing that's when he realized that he could do that and when he should leave or when he could leave, I don't believe that, because he wasn't a good parent to them.
Fellas, let me give you some advice. If you don't love a woman and you don't want to do right by her, don't impregnate her. It's really just that simple. Do not get a woman pregnant if you're not planning on being a good father, a good husband, a good co-parent, and a healthy one. Because ultimately, that's why so many of our children grow up with so many different disorders. Because y'all out here, like Brian McKnight said out of his own fucking mouth, you're out here creating children with women who you don't love at all, bro. You're creating children with women who you damn near despise. Because that's how Brian McKnight make it seem. He make it seem like he despises her. Like she forced him to get married. Fucking insane, bro. This is a very bad representation for black males. Very bad representation for black men. And ultimately, I fear that Brian McKnight's career is done. Brian McKnight's career is ultimately over with. Leia, come here, Leia. Let's keep going.
Without her, according to his own children, he fell out with all three of them. And I believe this. I believe whatever purpose that she was serving for him became obsolete. He had no more use for her, and therefore she was irrelevant to him. But, you know, to sit there and change your name so that you can make a new junior with a non-black woman and embarrass.
And that was the diabolical part, bro. You made a junior with a woman and you had to change your name just to make another junior. Why not just honor the children that you have in your first marriage? Black men, let me tell you this right now. You cannot, just because you go out and create another family with another woman doesn't mean that your former family is not still your family. That's still your family. That's still your family, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's fair or not. That's what it is. A lot of men have this notion that they can go get another woman pregnant and it negates their responsibilities to their former household. And I'm afraid that's just not true. Anyway. Let's keep going. My wife is getting a call. Let's keep going, guys.
Embarrass your fully black children, to film yourself uplifting your new Filipina's wife's children from a previous relationship while publicly embarrassing and dragging your fully black children is absolutely demonic. And I honestly believe that a man that can sit there on the internet and say that his children were not born out of love, because if they weren't born out of love, then what were they born out of?
That's the question, Brian McKnight. If your children was not born out of love, then what were they born out of? And what message does it send to young black boys, young black girls, that my father had us not because he loved my mom, but simply because he was fucking her. Then he got married, not because he loved her, but because the church made him. Then he continued to have children with her, not because he loved her, but because he didn't love her. The fuck. Let me continue. We got a lot of edits to do, got a lot of work to do, and we're gonna be I'm gonna be going outside too for a second too. I gotta take my stepson to work. Let's go.
Hatred? Dislike? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying you never loved their mother, then what are you really saying? And why would you say something so destructive and damaging to your children and your ex-wife, especially when you know that your children and their mother are still grieving the loss of your son who passed away from cancer not barely 6 months ago? Like, what? This is crazy. Like, I don't even know if people really think about how truly evil and diabolical Brian McKnight is. Like, he's a monster, like, honestly. And I really believe that he is one of the scariest examples of a narcissist that I have ever witnessed. He is absolutely frightening, in my opinion. He is a literal demon.
I think that the word narcissist is used very loosely these days, but Brian McKnight definitely fits what a narcissist is. To care about yourself so much that you don't care about your son, to be so tone deaf that your son who just passed away from cancer, you act like that's not a big fucking deal. And to me, that was the last straw for me with Brian McKnight. Your son just died of cancer a few months ago, and you don't even have the common decency enough to let the family not be in the public eye. You win this lawsuit against the mom, you go absolutely fucking berserk. You absolutely go fucking berserk. As if she didn't just lose a child. You're that tone deaf, that insensitive. And it's a major problem in the black community because a lot of black men right now are championing Brian McKnight. A lot of black men are saying that Brian McKnight had every right to do exactly what he did. Let me keep going, man. I want to get to this whole Obsidian, Freezy, and Sharon situation next.
A psychopath, a man without a conscience, a man that cares about one person in this world and one person only, and that is himself. Okay? Now, I will say that he may feign or fake affection towards others if they serve a purpose for him, if he's getting something out of them in some way, shape, or form or fashion. Wow. And in my opinion, I think he's using his new wife, and I think he's using her and his child with her in order to attempt to make himself look like less of a scumbag, and also to spite his children that he has with his black ex-wife, and also to spite his ex-wife.
Oh, look, I ain't even see the comments. My bad, y'all. Let me go to these comments. D-Town says, man, say you don't know. He don't care. She made it hard, money. She made it hard. So you think his wife made it hard? D-Town, drop the link, man. Come talk to the same guy like old days, bro. I'm rebuilding the channel. Don't worry about it. I'll be back in about, give me a year, D-Town. Give me a year. D-Town says, pay your child support and move on, money. My wife says your trigger is right. Most of them males are low lives and are anti-black. So D-Town, do you think that Anton should have never did an interview with You know what I'm saying? With Brian McKnight. Wife, do you think that Brian McKnight made a fool out of himself? And let me move my camera because I don't want to be right here with all the comments and shit. Can't even see myself. All right, there we go. I'm cool with that. Let's keep going. And shout out to everybody watching over there on Twitch and Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. I love y'all. Let's go.
And, you know, I think that anyone with half a brain cell should be able to see that Brian McKnight is an absolute monster. Now, I just wanted to say this for those who believe in God. Okay? If you don't believe in God, just skip this part.
My wife says, I'm glad that Brian is done with the music industry. No, I think the music industry is done with Brian. The music industry is done with Brian. The music industry don't want anything to do with him no more. Because what respectable artist wants to work with Brian McKnight today? Nobody. There are no respectable artists that wants to work with Brian McKnight today. That's just the truth. And it's because how you treat your children say a lot about how you do in business and everything else. If you're not a good man to your children, how can I be assured that you're going to be a good business partner to me? How? I don't know, man. I think that's Brian McKnight problem. And that's why this is the downfall of Brian McKnight.
But this is for those who believe in God and who may be a Christian. I believe in God and I am a Christian myself. But there are a plethora of fake Christians that have us out here looking crazy because of their hypocrisy and their evil deeds. But it is supposed to be like this. It really isn't supposed to look just like this. They're actually supposed to be the majority. The fakes, the phonies, the ones that say one thing and do another. Please know that. And do not allow these demonic, devilish human beings to stumble you. But anyway, Brian McKnight, I honestly believe that he will become a prisoner in a jail of his very own making in the future.
I think he already there, Trigger, because his music is not selling the way it used to. His audience has all but abandoned him because they just don't want to deal with the bullshit. They don't want to deal with the bullshit. And I really don't blame them. I don't want to go to a concert singing songs about love, knowing that this man don't love his wife. I don't want to go do songs about love, knowing that this man don't love his wife, don't care about the one person that he should care about in his life. Hey, babe. 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 Is Aegon asleep? Okay. Let's keep going.
Because a man with character as bad as his is will never, ever, ever be truly happy in this world. Now, it may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. But karma will eventually knock at this man's door. The way he has treated his first wife, Julie, and their children will not go unanswered. But I digress. If you watched this whole video and you truly enjoyed it, then please do me a favor and drop a 2 down below in the comments. And you already know why, because what? Brian McKnight is boo boo. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. Follow me on TikTok. I do live stream there exclusively. So if you want to talk to me, have a chat with me in real time, that's the place to go. And also follow your
go follow your Trigger, man. Go tap into her channel. I fuck with Shorty. She really dope. Her content is dope. She's one of, in my opinion, the best female content creators out there, bro. If not one of the best content creators, period, out there, bro. And now let me go ahead and drop these the comments to let her know that I watched to the very end, because I'm solid. I'm so solid, bro. And bro, if y'all can see my system over here, it's crazy. Let me show y'all a little bit. So I see I got this second monitor. That's how I'm watching all of the YouTube videos on, bro, and it's crazy. Like, I really love like my setup in here. Me and my wife, we are doing great things. Let me see. Great video. Me and my wife. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong fucking one. Great video. Great video. Me and my wife love this channel. All right. This is my iPad right here. I'm edited on. Clearly, that's the PS5 right here in the background, etc., etc. So anyway, man, make sure you guys are tapping in. If you guys are enjoying the stream, I would definitely love to hear more from you guys. All right. Anyway, now I'm done with the Brian McKnight video. Let me go find Freezy's video. Mumia Obsidian. I'm gonna type in Freezy now. I just type in Obsidian name. Mumia Obsidian Ali. And let's see if we can find it. It looked like Obsidian's on a tour right now, just doing live streams with everybody. And look, when I type in Freezy, when I type in Obsidian name, Freezy video don't even come up, bro. Oh my god, bro. I don't want the one from 5 hours ago. I want the one where Sharon was on there talking crazy. Where's the first one? Did he put it on members only? 4 weeks ago. I think this is the one. And debating Sharon don't really know how to debate. All right, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm taking all day. Let me show you guys what I'm over here doing. I'm trying to find the exact points. I didn't get timestamps because I'm only really interested in the part with Sharon. The part with Hamp and all the rest of the guys. These are guys who are going to just be dick sucking Obsidian. And I'm not really here for that. I just want to hear some pushback. Nah, maybe I'm at the wrong one, bro. Maybe I'm at the wrong one, bro. All right, let me go to live streams. Let me go to most popular. Because it got to be his most popular ones. It got to be. God damn, it's not. Bro, do y'all know which one of the videos where Sharon went back and forth with Obsidian? Or has this nigga been working with Obsidian for 2 or 3 months now? Ruthless Truth, VIP, Sonya Massey, Black Manosphere Get Heated, and Debate with Freezy and Hamp. The Rise and the Fall of the Black Manosphere. Let's see what this one's about, bro.
I'll be on my way to.
If I can't find the specific part, I don't really want to do this shit. Talking about Nightish and fucking Ruthless Truth, bro. Are y'all fucking y'all? Oh my god, bro. Pathetic, bro. I should have came prepared. And I did not come prepared. This is my fault. I take full accountability. Well, I guess now we gotta watch one of the videos. They did a 11-hour live stream just yesterday. Obsidian was up here breaking certain shit down. And the first person that came up was Uda. Did Sharano come up on this stream? And what's the highlights of this shit? I ain't trying to watch these niggas all fucking night. Ain't no fucking way, bro. All right, so while I look for this stream, bro, I would say this: the downfall of the manosphere was this. The manosphere has no more relevance. The manosphere has no relevance at all because, in my opinion, really old people like y'all. Because of people like y'all, bro. Like, nobody want to listen to a 40-year-old, 50-year-old man online talking about bullshit.
They will get the feedback. Shout out to Night and Night.
No cap.
Up was saying.
All right, is Obsidian don't got his camera on or nothing. All right, man. I'm gonna watch a little bit of this, bro. But I'm not doing a full screen because, you know, I don't really fuck with Freezy no more. I'm gonna do the small screen joint, you feel me? Y'all have to watch that like that, you feel me? And I really wanted to hear when everybody come up, hear everybody points to see what everybody got to say. No, see, he reviewing. No, I'm not about to do this one. This is a review when he talked to him. Fucking, this might be risky. I think he put that shit on members only, bro. No cap. All right, fuck it, man. I just do this one, bro. Because I'm not about to be here all night. All right, Freezy. Right, for those who don't know.
Once again, shout out to the birthday.
For those who don't know, Obsidian is considered basically one of the goats of the manosphere. Like one of the men who directly built the manosphere itself. You feel me? So let me do a little something to change out the video. There we go. Cause I don't even want to have Freezy on here at all. You feel me? We can just do the video like this, and we're gonna do let's have a good reaction. Let's go.
Man, it's always a blessing. I say it's a blessing to get older. It's full of wisdom, you know. These young bucks, they always try to pick at us old guys, Obsidian, but it's a blessing to make it to our age. What you say about that?
Well, you know, there's a very interesting quarter zip movement going on. You know, I wear quarter zips and cardigan sweaters, and I got turtle on tonight. But you know, and there's a lot been talking about that, and there's this idea that's been floating around that there's supposed to be some kind of schism between, I don't call them YNs, I call them young men in the Black community, and older men or more mature men or gray foxes in the Black community. That hasn't been my experience. In my experience with the Black Manosphere Conclave, about 20%, something like that, between 20 and 25% of brothers are between the ages of 18 and 25. And we've had nothing but very...
That's sad, bro. That's sad that y'all are on here signing up for a conclave to go learn how to get women from Obsidian, bro. Like, and Freezy, what is the point outside of you clout chasing? That's all you doing. You're clout chasing. This video isn't going to help anybody. This video isn't, like, y'all not helping nobody over there talking to Obsidian, talking about the manosphere. You know what the manosphere is? Let me go find my... Matter of fact, I'm right here in front of my other computer. What am I doing? Where's my manosphere script? You want to talk about the manosphere? I got you. I got a whole script prepared for the manosphere. Okay, yeah, let's go. Dangers of the manosphere and how Black women are impacted. Yeah, let me go get this document ready because we're gonna break down why the manosphere is dangerous why the manosphere is ineffective, why the manosphere has had negative implications and negative impacts on Black people and on Black women, why the manosphere, why they have misogynistic points of views, and why ultimately they have failed. Manosphere content is really just I hate women content. There's no deeper level than that. It's surface level, it's trash. Because a lot of times they don't want to have conversations genuinely. And I'm going to break it down using one of their gurus, Obsidian. And Obsidian has been on my show once. He's welcome to come back, right? But I want to have a conversation genuinely about my thoughts and my thoughts alone. So let's keep going.
Positive experiences with them. Brothers come out to the younger brothers come out to the conclave. They get STEM training in the high tech. And they get a chance to fellowship with older brothers. Many of them we don't have any formal type of mentoring system, anything like that. It's very informal. Guys just
we don't have any formal mentoring system. It's very informal. Just say you don't mentor these boys. That's all you gotta say. Just say that y'all are there to talk shit about women in general, not even just Black women. Y'all are there to talk shit about women, period. And to say that y'all are there to have some type of brotherhood. The thing I hate about the manosphere is it's not a brotherhood if you're going to single out other men. You're saying that simps are not allowed. Men that love their wives are not allowed to hang out with y'all. And we can't teach y'all how to have a successful marriage like I do. I don't understand that. Anyway, let me keep going with the video. I haven't even watched the video. Let's go.
Gravitate to a brother, an elder brother that they look up to and admire, and they kind of shadow them over the weekend. It's been very positive. So I mean I can't speak to everybody's experience, but in my experience and those of my conclave brothers, we've had nothing but positive experiences with the young brothers, and I am elated that young brothers are dressing the part. A big part of success is a big part about a success is showing up for it.
Yeah.
And one way that you show up for it is how you look. And my good friend and dearly departed brother Kevin, I affectionately refer to him as Saint Kevin. He talked about the power of image and the importance of image, the Black male image. And Coach Prime said it best. When you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you play good, and when you play good, they pay good. It's good enough for Coach Prime. It's good enough for me.
These men are just selling y'all niggas wolf tickets. They've been selling y'all wolf tickets for so long that y'all don't even see it, bro. I don't know too much about what Obsidian got going on now. And I didn't watch Freezy's first interview with Obsidian. But unless we're having a conversation about the young lady Kimberly, I think her channel is for Harriet, then we're not really having a conversation. Obsidian, this man right here, was kicked off YouTube, right? Was kicked off YouTube because he harassed a Black woman. Now, why did I bring that up? Because I know at some point, right, because they're going to ignore me today. But when the channels start to pop again and start to do numbers, you know what they're going to say? Well, Darrell, you was kicked off YouTube for doing this to a Black woman and doing this to a Black woman, blah, 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 blah. But Freezy won't talk about how his homie right here, Obsidian, he was doing the exact same thing. Except he was actually brought to court about it and convicted. Now, they don't talk about that. You see, there's so many videos of her talking about how he harassed her and her boyfriend, how he took it offline and made it something personal. This is why I don't really, get into the manosphere content no more the way I used to, because a lot of those guys out there are just snakes. They are just snakes. There's no ifs and or buts about it. Anyway, man, let's go back to that video.
Speaking of the conclave, what is the age demographic on average that usually attend the Black Manosphere conclave? Is like what percentage is like would you say like is
well
on the
our
younger
biggest
side?
Actually it's older. Our biggest crowd by percentage, and this is based on last year's exit surveys. We did one this year for our conclave in Miami, but it hasn't been released yet. We're going to be meeting, if hopefully we'll get that before the end of the year. So we'll probably be meeting in next month, and then we'll get those updated.
This will be your first time in Miami?
Yes, we was in Miami in September. But reading from the numbers from last year in Houston, 32% of the brothers are 55 through 64.
Whoa.
From last year in Houston, 32% of the brothers are 55 through 64.
You said 35?
32% of the brothers are 55 through 64.
Boy, so it's a whole bunch of old men between the ages of 55 and 64 years old. I don't understand that, bro. Why are y'all old men going to Manosphere conclaves to meet this guy, to meet Obsidian? Have you, like, bro, I don't understand how y'all have fallen so far from grace to the point where you can't even get a woman to say hi to you, and you don't know how, to the point where you got to go talk to other men. I've never been in that situation. I thank God every day for my wife. I thank God every day for my mother and father instilling confidence in me, so I don't have to come online begging Manosphere daddies to teach me how to be a man. Because it's low-key absolutely insane. 35% of y'all from the ages of 55 to fucking 68 basically are going to Manosphere conclaves and doing what? After you go and talk to these men in a Manosphere, what do you learn? Do you go back home and apply, right? Because knowledge is only powerful if it's applicable. So do you go back to your hometown and get all the pretty girls to submit to you after you talk to Obsidian? No. Do you go back home and get a wife to cook and clean a meal for you? No. You don't get shit. Except Obsidian get money in his pocket. He get a book sold to you. And for y'all why would you buy a book that's talking about Kevin Samuels when you can just go support Kevin Samuels' family by watching Kevin Samuels' channel? I got a lot of content to do, man. I got to come back up out here in these content spaces. They trying to hold a player down, and I'm not going to let it happen, right? My hard work will speak for itself. And the one thing I would never do is subject my wife to me going to a Manosphere conclave, coming back with all type of notions about how women are less than, and then ultimately, because if I think women are less than, I'm going to treat women less than. That's a major fucking problem. Major fucking problem. Let's keep getting some work done.
28% 35 through 44, and 24% 25 through 34. 25 through 34. So
your hold on, man. So your biggest audience was your oldest audience. Your biggest portion of people that was there was the 55 to 70-year-old niggas. That was the biggest portion of men that you had there, was the 55-year-olds. Again, like I try to tell y'all, let me get my food. You know, my wife, I usually eat factor meals, but my wife, she made food for me today. You feel me? So I got the mac and cheese with the baked beans, with the spaghetti, with the ham. You know, y'all don't eat like this, right? Some of y'all niggas out there, never mind. I don't want to start nothing, man. Let's keep going, bro. Can't believe y'all.
Largest group is in the 55 to 64 age group. We have brothers of all ages. Is in the 55 to 64 age group. We have brothers of all.
I said that. The largest group of men at these manosphere conclaves are senior citizens. Hear this nigga speak.
But reading from the numbers from last year in Houston, 32% of the brothers are 55 through 64. 28% 35 through 44, and 24% 25 through 34. 25 through 34. So our largest group is in the 55 to 64 age.
Yeah, we know. The largest group of men that participate in Obsidian's fucking manosphere conclave is your grandfather, your great eight uncle, right? Your old neighbor next door, 55-year-old to 64 is your largest participation. You know why? Because at 35 years old, I didn't need y'all to get married to my wife. I didn't need y'all at all. The only thing I needed to do was make sure that me and my wife is happy, and that I do right by her. Some of y'all don't even have no wives in that sector. Some of y'all have no wives in that sector, bro. Anyway, let me keep going. Got some other stuff going on. Let's get it.
We have brothers of all ages, all backgrounds, all over the world, not just the country, the world, all over the world. And we're all united in the pursuit of excellence in all things we do. I mean, we cover everything. STEM training, a lot of guys making really good money. Style.
How you covering STEM training with no doctors? There's no doctors at these conclaves. And if anything, we need to actually send the federal government over there to check y'all out, because it's giving fraudulent behavior. How are you training doctors? And these niggas just say that they're training black men at manosphere conclaves on stem cell research. You know, I get so sick and tired of the manosphere type of men that come in these spaces acting like black women and most of the fucking world can't see that we're not doing nothing. The idea that Obsidian, you're teaching somebody stem cell research. Black men have a way of just saying something and talking about something and believing that we're going to believe that they know the fuck they talking about. You're not a scientist. Do you have a degree in stem cell research? You know what?
Our image, health, mental health, physical fitness, self-defense, both the pew-pew and the non-pew-pew variety. You name it. We covered the whole gamut. And now we're starting to appeal to sisters too. We had a 5F conference. That's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. We had our very first one.
Hold on,
the whole gamut. And now we're starting to appeal to sisters too. We had a 5F conference.
So they have something that they call the 5F now. Okay, fill me in, man. Fill me in. What is that?
That's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful.
Feminine, friendly, faithful,
and fun. We had our very first.
And fun. Hold on.
The whole gamut. And now we're starting to appeal to sisters too. We had a 5F conference. That's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. We had our very first one in Miami.
Fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. Okay. Fit, feminine, faithful, friendly, and fun. Okay. So you're not having a seminar on how she can be smarter and more intelligent so she can know which information to put into your child. You're having a seminar so she can be more fit, more friendly, more feminine, more fun. And you niggas are 60 years old. We just confirmed that the biggest portion of your fucking manosphere conclave is 55 to 64-year-olds. Okay, so 55 to 64-year-olds are collectively coming together under the leadership of Mumia Obsidian Ali or Mumia Obsidian Ali. And they're going to a manosphere conclave not to teach men that women are equals, not to teach men that women deserve to be treated like black queens, which for the most part, I genuinely agree. Like I'm like a 97% rate. There's only a few straggle ass bitches that kind of fuck me up sometimes. But 98% of black women that I have come across are genuinely good fucking people. Nevertheless, you have these 55 to 64-year-old men coming together to teach women how to be fit, feminine, friendly, exciting, fun, bullshit. Oh my God, bro. This is why pre-recorders are so much more fun, because I will have a chance to say cut, smoke a blunt, and just give a chance to, for myself to actually, what have black men become? What if black men become? Breezy is 50 years old. Obsidian is 50 years old. Anton 50 years old. Andrew Wilson 50 years old. I see why my wife is the way she is. Real talk. Let's keep going, man. I don't want to prolong this one. It seems like I'm getting a whole bunch of fucking nothing here.
I mean, already we've got sisters coming out of there pairing off with brothers from the conclave. So
really,
so it's really, really great.
Oh man, that's enlightening, man. Shout out to
No cap.
Hold on.
Pairing off with brothers from 5F conference. That's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. We had our very first one in Miami, and already we've got sisters coming out of there pairing off with brothers from the conclave. So
really,
so
are they married?
Really great.
Hold on, sir.
Oh man, that's enlightening, man. Shout out to
So Obsidian is saying that during this conclave bullshit that they had, and they had a fit, friendly, feminine, fun exercise for the women, that afterwards they came out partnered up with with a man from the conclave. But are they married? Anybody can get buzzed down at any time. Are they married? Let's keep going, man. I gotta post more videos. That way the algorithm can pick me up. Oh my God. You know what? I have to learn to stay humble sometimes, because when you know that you deserve to have 3,000 people listening and you only have 13, oh my God. But I love all 13 of y'all who are watching, for the record. Let's go.
Shout out to that. It seems like, well, let me start by saying this, because I recognized you about 3 weeks ago as being, when it came to the big three of the Black Manosphere, I'm gonna say you're recognized as the first one that was dedicated to this movement. What I've noticed over the years is that
What I've noticed over the years, Freezy, is you've grown to be a bitch. Obsidian didn't do anything else outside of start a sector called the Manosphere that predominantly bash women. That's all that was, bro. I can't believe later on, years later, you're giving these niggas all this credit. The same dude who I was sitting on the phone with, who will be shitting on the Black Manosphere, shitting on Anton Daniels. And the first time you got a chance to work with these niggas, to capitalize off basically demonizing black women, you couldn't wait to join the fucking freight train. You should be ashamed of yourself, bro. Real talk. And I mean that shit.
The other two guys kind of started veering off and doing other type of content. I don't know if they felt like it wasn't as favorable or profitable.
Fucking Southern men sometimes. Oh my God. The Manosphere content became unfavorable because men in the Manosphere were attacking women. You have this man right here, Obsidian, and you're acting like the Fort Harriet situation didn't happen. I'm this close to spending the next few hours breaking down why Obsidian was kicked off YouTube and what he did to Kimberly, also known as Fort Harriet. Is this easy for me to go get it? So when you talk about why Angry Man or other different individuals stopped associating themselves with the Manosphere, it was because people were getting demonetized. It wasn't good for a business model. And at the end of the day, YouTube themselves start to see it as an attack on women. It's just that simple, bro. All this dick sucking you doing, Freezy, clearly not helping you. I saw you yesterday streaming with Obsidian. Y'all had 100 live people. Clicked on fucking Ilkhan Ali and Fatty shit. They had like 300-400. So again, you need to figure out how to actually have talent if you want to persist in this game. That's all I'm trying to tell you, big dog. Whatever, man. Let's go.
To actually stay in the Black Manosphere content or informational realm.
What?
I don't remember seeing you veer off anytime. It seems like you've been dedicated from start to now. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah. My brother Angry Man, he's very much still in a Manosphere mode. O'Shea Duke Jackson veered off and did something called the Celebrity Jump. He's seen success with that. I think it's a great thing that the three of us that started out together at around the same time 10 years ago, we all kind of branched off and went and did our own things. I was approached to kind of be a part of what would become the Black Manosphere Conclave, and I leapt at the chance because I was like, wow, this is really a great opportunity 5 years ago to bring this, what we're doing online, into the real world. And my heart is with Black men of all ages and all backgrounds, all walks of life. I want to see Black men live richer and literally richer, as well as metaphorically, richer and fuller life.
What are you doing to make those men money? I'm willing to bet nothing. I'm willing to bet that you are doing nothing at all to help them actually make money. I'm willing to bet, as a matter of fact, that they can hang around you for free at all because y'all not real homies. That's what I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet that you and them aren't genuinely real friends. They don't got your number. They can't call you if they really need to talk to you. They can see you at the next conclave if they got a ticket. Let's have a genuine conversation.
Lives. And so I really feel blessed and fortunate to be part of the Black Manosphere Conclave. But I'm very happy that the Angry Man and O'Shea Duke Jackson have gone on to do their own things, and now I wish them nothing but continued success.
the reason why I brought that up, because I know Angry Man, he kind of changed up his content too. I used to be a moderator in Angry Man's chat. But I can see that when it comes to you, I can see more of the dedication. I can see the conviction as far as the Black Manosphere movement.
Oh my God, drop this nigga nuts, bro. When it comes to you, Obsidian, I can see the dedication. I can see the love you have for Black men. I can see it. I can see the dedication. The fuck are you talking about, bro? Obsidian was kicked off YouTube not because people was hating on him, because he actually did something bad. He genuinely attacked a woman for no fucking reason. He genuinely went after her boyfriend for no fucking reason. And instead of you asking him questions about that, and that's why this interview didn't do no numbers. I was wondering why this interview didn't do no numbers. It's because you was softballing. You was softballing the fuck out this interview, bro. Uh-oh. Camera getting heat. Camera getting hot. Let's go see how long that lasts. I'm doing other stuff over here too, guys. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it at all. You had an opportunity to genuinely break down the situation with Obsidian and why he was removed off YouTube, and maybe ask him, was he remorseful? Would he do anything differently? Instead, you softballed the interview because you did not want to maybe scare him away from your channel. Because you know how Black men are. They're quick to say, I'm not coming back over here, and not support you. And be spiteful. Look, shout out to my wife being the only person holding down the chat for the sim guy. God damn, let's go.
Not saying that, you know, they weren't dedicated to it very much so, especially at one point in time. But I will say, honestly, I seen more consistency throughout your span in comparison to the other guys or whatnot. And that's not saying anything negative about them. You know, people have to do what they have to do, what they feel like was best for them. But I also want to ask you this, as far as last week in the conversation. How did you feel like the conversation actually went? Just for starters, just your initial thought. What do you think about the conversation last week?
Well, you know, a lot of people have strong feelings about me, strong feelings about what they think they know about the conclave, strong feelings about the Black Manosphere overall, but mainly strong feelings about me. I honestly don't think I'm that important to get all worked up over, but I'm in the distinct minority. A lot of people really, you know, get worked up.
Sharon got worked up, and I wish I could find him. I had to go watch. I definitely have to watch Sharon video. I don't. Breezy is giving no fucking pushback. Now I gotta go to Sharon video. Oh my fucking god! Let me put this bullshit down. Niggas about to bore me to death. I know y'all bored because I was bored. Let me tell the truth over here. Y'all had to be bored watching this nigga Obsidian talk just now. Let me go to Sharon channel. God damn. Let's see what Sharon versus Obsidian. And here you got the review right here. God damn it. Q Butter came up there. Sharon, you only got 3 comments on this video? All right. At least Sharon got the fucking video up there, bro. Jesus Christ. All right. Let me review this while I get some work done in the background. That's just what it's gonna be, guys. All right. Put this on full screen. I think I'm gonna do what I was doing. I think I'm gonna do this one. I don't have to see the full. You guys can see the main participants right there is Obsidian and Sharon. Let me go. I'm gonna stop my other camera real quick. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and let this cool the fuck down. All right, now that I got what I wanted, which was Sharon and Obsidian, let's go ahead and get this party started, which is basically me talking to the camera myself and reacting to videos. Let's go.
What is up with this goddamn baby oil thing? What does this mean? Why do y'all call him baby oil Udo? What did he do with baby oil? Please, somebody put me on so I can understand. But without further ado, let's start it off by breaking down this sad man. And I think it's always funny because when they call somebody sad, right, they always say, I'm feeling blue. And look at his appearance. He has a blue light on him, dressed in a blue hoodie and a blue Yankee fitted. This.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to find the original one because see, Sharon don't make no fucking sense. He talk like he talk like he's married to a white person. That's what he talks like. He talks like he's married to a white person, bro. Who even thinks about the blues in that way? But anyway, man, let me keep going. I got videos I gotta add.
It's so sad, and he's sad because out of the last 2 years of his life, he's been following the Manosphere talking point, and now he's in solitude. He is single and clearly not in shape because the Manosphere talking about getting in shape. They doing blood work.
I know on that one I agree with Sharon. The niggas is not over there getting in shape. That's a lie. Most of the guys over there in the Manosphere are low key completely out of shape. And that goes from Anton Daniels, he's fat. Obsidian is fat. Angry Man is fat. Most of the niggas over there is just they old, bro. I can't even really go off on them like on these dudes because they old. You know what I'm saying? I would feel bad talking any shit about somebody like most of these dudes is 55, etc., etc. These dudes are weak, bro. And they're gonna stay weak. Let's keep going.
Shicey bomb, ba. Oh, Lord have mercy. So let's listen to this cholesterol-filled man have his complaint. And this is the problem with the red pill. The red pill is an estrogen pill. And this is the part that they don't want to talk about. And this is why they be feeling this way. This is why they have so much female emotions, right? And it's not good for a man to be so imbalanced that he is mainly in his feminine. And see, and that's the issue, right? So when we call a man a girl, it's not to say that it's something wrong with a female, but it's something wrong with a male acting as if he is a female. Something wrong. That means
what Sharon is trying to articulate is that sometimes men have bitch tendencies. I would never say he's acting like a woman. Men have bitch tendencies. That's what it is sometimes. Sometimes men act like bitches. Period. There's no if, and, or but about it. Sharon is one of them. Sharon is one of the men that every now and then he says some shit that makes some sense. But most times he's acting like he's on his cycle. He's acting like he's having his period. That's just the facts. Let's keep going.
this chemical is imbalanced. And we see that a lot of men in the manosphere, they have a chemical imbalance. They are some, I'm not going to use the B word. A lot of men in the manosphere are some unstable creatures. Uda was outside throwing baby law on people.
Oh my god, I gotta buy a Freezy membership. Fuck it, bro. Get to the fucking video, Sharon. Let me speed this shit up. 1.5. God damn it.
Oh, you just I love y'all so much. Oh, not Uda throwing baby law on people. That is hilarious. Lord Jesus. All right, let's go.
Super chat. Shout out to Edie Man Williams for his $2 super cap. He said, "This is their leader."
Damn.
Yes.
No captivity.
Yes.
Brutal Reviews. Thank you for joining the show. What questions do you have for our brother Mumia Obsidian Ali?
Look at him. He don't even know he on mute.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, shout out to everybody. Peace to everybody on the panel.
Okay.
All you fellas.
You gotta
Obsidian, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. I first heard about you through Kevin. Really, the reason why I called in is because I wanted to give a different answer to a question earlier, in regards to why does the manosphere talk so much about black women.
Finally, we get to the fucking topic. So this black man is about to enlighten us about why the black male manosphere talks about black women so much. Let's hear this bullshit.
And the answer I would like to give to that is, honestly, black men are under attack by black women more than any other demographic on the planet.
Black men are under attack by black women more than any other demographic on the planet. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Make your point, sir, Black King. Make your fucking point.
And that is what the manosphere produces. It actually turns black men into victims. And then it gives them a space where they can all vent together and share this victimhood.
My apprentice is correct. My apprentice is correct. The manosphere, speaking of the manosphere, let me actually give some dialogue myself. Right? Let me get some dialogue myself. Can't let Sharon have all the glory, right? So guys, I want to talk about the manosphere and the manosphere's war on black women, right? Exposing the real dangers that the manosphere posed to black women. All right, so we're going to talk about how the manosphere isn't just toxic online rhetoric, but it's actually dangerous. It's a dangerous ecosystem that has real world consequences. And I can prove this, right? I can prove this. They know this. And these consequences couldn't be more severe for anybody else than black women. In this video today, now that I got my shit together, we've been here for like almost 2 hours. My mind is on right now. In this video, we're going to be breaking down what the manosphere actually is, how it operates, and why black women bear a disproportionate burden when it comes to the hatred that's spewed online and the violence that's spewed in real life. We're going to talk about Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit. We're going to be exposing the grifters and the ideology that is very harmful to black women. Again, because we're 2 hours in, make sure you guys subscribe for more deep dives into social issues affecting the black community. If you want to see more content like this, drop a comment down in the chat below and let me know, and share some of your experiences or some of your thoughts, because I definitely want to talk about why black women are being treated the way that they're being treated. And I want you to hear it from black men in the manosphere themselves. Let's go.
You can hear the high cholesterol coming out his throat. Renee, his love is wild. I'm telling you. This is how they feel. So this is the part that needs to be addressed by the forefathers of the manosphere. Mumia, Obsidian, Ali, Angry Man, y'all need to be checking these dudes because they are confused. they believe that y'all are not just pointing out degenerate behavior within our community. No, they think that they are under attack by our Black women in the community. And they have a certain kind of resentment for damn near all Black women in the community. And you're not recognizing it and you're not checkingizing it. What the hell's a checkinize? I don't know.
The fuck are you talking about, Sharon? Checkinizing it? Just when you thought you left the manosphere in good hands, you get this bullshit. That's what I'm talking about, bro. But I am happy to know that, Sharon, you get a timestamp. This was 5 days ago, so I can go check Freezy video from 5 days ago. But for now, we'll react to yours.
But you got to start correcting these men that's in the dark, that is feeling blue, feeling lonely, got a lot of estrogen around their neck. You got to get these young men to walk 15 minutes this way and 15 minutes that way. Do at least 2 push-ups a day, and that will help get the estrogen away. And maybe they could get to 10 and 20.
Than any other demographic on the planet. Mm-hmm. When just last week.
And the main problem is instead of Ali correcting.
Yeah, I can't watch Sharon video, bro. I just can't do it, bro. It's too much commentary, etc., bro. Just can't do it. And I'm 100% sure that Freezy put his on members only. 100% sure. Let me go ahead and join that real quick. I'll be right back. Let me go to a different video, bro, because I don't want to react to this one. I'm low-key tired of listening to mediocre content. It just is fucking trash, bro. It's low-key super fucking trash. Let me go ahead and renew this membership on here. Cause that shit was, I couldn't believe what the fuck I just heard, bro. That shit made me want to end the stream. Shit then it blew my heart, bro. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this one. I'm gonna come back, bro. Cause I can't do the live streams. We need more people here. We need more engagement. It's hard to do it when you're by yourself over here. But I'm gonna leave this up. I'm not gonna take it down. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.